entry. Be advised, we have a visual on enemy paratroopers at grid Papa uniform 259er, 119er. I don't know we're onto them. Break. Request permission to engage with intent. Conduct some snatch. Over.
What's going on, guys and gals? This is Tim Odell, owner and operator of Vice Unlimited. Behind me is my 1992 military Hummer. This is a 2003 Cummins common rail motor. Reason why they call it a common rail is all the injectors share one fuel rail, like most modern day engines have these days. But very reliable, still very easy to work on. 3 wires this thing runs with a computer. Got a Smarty tuner on it to give it a little more power. In a Humvee, you have to do at least a 3-inch body lift in order to fit the Cummins motor in there. And then also you have to modify the oil pan. The drive shaft has to have room to get back to that centered pinion on the independent front suspension. And so you have to take a couple inches out of the big old Cummins oil pan for the drive shaft to go beside it. When you put a modern turbocharged diesel motor in a Hummer, you're going to want to add an intercooler. We added actually came out of the 2003 Dodge truck, added that intercooler. You do have to shorten them a little bit, so we've shortened it, fit it. Still running the factory Hummer radiator that's new, and so far it's been doing fine, cooling wise. Bolted behind this particular unit, we're actually running a 4L80. I put a good torque converter, billet clutches and that sort of thing, and yeah, I haven't had any problems with it. Totally stock Hummer drivetrain, which in my opinion, the coolest thing about a Hummer is the drivetrain, the portal boxes, the differences in the suspension, that sort of thing. In my opinion, that makes a Hummer. So one of the benefits of doing the 3-inch body lift is you can fit a bigger tire, obviously. So I went with the Nitto trail grapplers, 40-inch tall trail grapplers, with a set of KMC they custom made us for a Hummer, like 6.5 inches of back spacing for a Humvee beadlock wheels. They look great, perform awesome, I love them. So on the interior, I kept it pretty basic. So, I mean, number one thing, North Carolina, you need to have air conditioning. So I've got a Vintage Air Magnum units actually mounted in the back. These channels here, all the ducting is in those channels and it comes out through the vents. Pretty basic, but this serves the purpose and it looks good. So the vehicle is all run off an iPad. So as far as ignition switch, lights, all that stuff. Also gauges, everything is on the iPad. So it's kind of one unit. I got a couple of gauges here, oil pressure and fuel level. The only two things I couldn't put on the iPad. What's a funny thing about a Hummer is you're sitting around the drivetrain. And so the driver's seat, there's room for the seat to sit normal. Passenger seat, you always have to end up clocking them a little bit to the passenger side in order for the seat to fit. Some people notice that the seat's crooked and they think, well, you mounted it crooked, but you have to mount it that way in order for it to fit. As far as the seats, these are actually out of a brand new Dodge Caravan. They're reasonable and they look great and they're brand new. They armrests, stow and go, you know, the whole thing. So it's pretty cool option, you know. One of the reasons why I decided to build a Hummer, not only because I like them, they're cool, and I thought with the Cummins they'd be even better, but as I wanted to build a cool door and top kit for one. So starting on top, you know, we built a custom hard top, all made out of 3/16 aluminum construction. And then the doors, so the doors are made to look like the Hummer X door. So I kind of picked up on that styling a little bit and then also kind of gave it the armored window look. But it's a fully functional door, rigid, weather tight, airtight, 3/16 aluminum also. Nice sliding windows, very basic, but definitely serves the purpose. The bumpers, the front right now really doesn't have much of a bumper, more of a panel just to fill the gap with the body lift so you don't see that 3-inch gap. The rear, we just went with the airlift bumper that the Hummers, some of the Hummers come with. On this particular Hummer, we decided to go with Line-X as far as the exterior coating goes. It's actually a 2-stage process. So they would actually spray it with their traditional bed liner. And then they also, so they do a top coat with a product called Ultra. And that actually gives you your color and it also gives you UV protection. It also helps so you can wash it a lot easier. The dirt doesn't get stuck in the grooves as much.